Hi everyone, I am here at the LTTA Bali retreat. I'm here with the ladies. It's our last day, so I decided why not just take a time to reflect about, with all that we've been through, seeing how all the ladies feel. It's just been a lot, so I'm just taking this time to pour into everyone as they have been not knowing, pouring into me too during this time, and I'm just grateful. I'm thankful. I feel full. I'm ready to go back and, apply what I've learned, the revelations I have received during the time I've been here, and I'm just trying to see what the ladies have on their mind and what they're taking back too. So let's see what's in store. So there's a few more minutes until the ladies come down. So I decided why not just start with me? I have a few questions for myself, but before we get into that, I just want to talk about the nerves, how it was for me first coming. I was so nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm usually very reserved, introverted to myself. I'm quiet. Even though when nothing's wrong, somebody will be like, "Oh, are you okay? Everything is okay." I'm just observing. I'm just thinking. So coming here, I was so excited. I was like nervous if it was still going to happen because of everything that's happening in the world, even the parts of the world you have to go through to get to Bali, but we figured out the way, and it finally worked out, so glory be to God for that. When I first seen this pop up on my timeline saying that, hey, there's going to be a Bali retreat, no doubt, there was no doubt in my mind I was not coming. No, no, I was going to let that happen. If there's a will, there's a way. When you really want to do something, no matter if it seems impossible, you're going to make it happen. Coming to Bali is not cheap. So I just worked hard on the side, aside from school, to make sure I could provide a way to get here. And I have lovely support of my mother. Shout out to her. And yeah, so I was just like, no, I'm coming. I'm coming expecting. I'm coming to grow, heal, revolve, and just be receptive. It's hard for me to find a great group of women as, it's not hard for me to connect with people, but I would say just to find a group that truly aligns spiritually, emotionally, in life. I have a big heart for people when it comes to purpose, when it comes to making sure they're okay, making sure they're spoken into, making sure they have support, that they don't have no doubt in their mind for whatever reason that comes up. I there's just a lot to say, but anyways, I was coming here also making sure that I truly put in my best ever to make sure I have conversations, to make sure I step out my comfort zone. Like the first day I got here, I was so nervous. We did a dinner. It was a very beautiful dinner, very beautiful dinner. There was meal after meal after meal. We had dancing. I'm gonna show a video of that, and then we all talked. It was a great icebreaker day. I think it really set the tone. I really think it got me more comfortable. So by the second day, I was talking more. The third day, I was talking more. My favorite day was the connection day. That's my favorite day, no doubt, hands down. So trying again looks like for me right now, just, you know, it's just renewal. Trying again is renewal. You fail, you keep going. Every single day, I don't do everything that I want to do. Sometimes I am a big procrastinator, so I'm fighting with that. And I'm like, oh, I'm going into the new year. I won't do this. I won't do this. I won't do that. And some stuff is still stagnant, but we're getting there. There's growth. So yeah. But trying again is just fulfilling who I am in this life. I am who I am because of God. I was created. I have an identity. I am placed in a family around people for a reason. So I just have to fulfill that. And trying again is just not being perfect, but it's just always moving forward, always having a positive mindset, a godly mindset, a godly way. Not saying you have to have knowledge and confidence in the one and only truly God, which is Jesus, God. Okay. That's me personally. I don't know what you believe in, but baby, this platform is for the Lord. But I love talking to anybody and everybody. So, but anyways, yeah, trying again is just being better, doing better, failing, having bad days, bad seasons. I mean, it's just really being strong in the mind. And if your environment allows for that, you know, this is great. That's a benefit. Um, but yeah, trying again with me is just trying again. It's in the statement. There's a question here: choosing myself without guilt. I'm usually very I care about myself a lot. You know, I've been through a period through high school and a little bit of college where I would just allow myself to be hurt. I didn't have any self worth, self value. What is that? I mean, I got fed up with some things, but like I was not a true protector over myself, you know, and I wasn't submitting to God. So it's just like, you know, you're young, you grow. So it's just a little bit of that. And um I would say, if you I don't know everything, so I let people pour into me when the right people to pour into me. If it's not people, it's the word. If it's not the word, it's the word. If it's not, it's, so I let people pour into me because it actually helps me. Everything that's in here did not come from me. Some things that are in here came from the wisdom of the Lord, but other than that, I take and I learn. I take and I learn. So even my encouragement to you would be, let others pour into you, the right people. If somebody is, praying for you or is roots for you, really be thankful for them and pray for others too. Even if you feel like nobody's praying for you, pray, 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 pray. Jasmine here is a prayer warrior, okay? Even the way she prayed, I was not emotional that day. And it was just the spirit was moving, y'all. And when she speaks, it's like a inner, man, that's besides the point. But and don't feel bad for it. Like, you know how people be like, oh, choose yourself every time. Have the balance of choosing yourself, but really you have to choose yourself because nobody can do the work for you. Your parent can't be you 24/7. They can't be with you 24/7, even without a parent. If you are dependent emotionally on somebody or whatever it is, you cannot rely on anybody to do any work for you. You have to do it. You have to do it. And the thing is, you can't do it alone. You need God. You need the source. So I would just say it's not easy having faith. It's not easy, growing in the Lord, growing in the spirit, and just growing in who you are. But you definitely need that help from the Father and, the living God, because He is alive and He is within you. He created you, so it is now up to you to choose that help. It's time for you to choose to be at the feet and look for His people. The earth is filled with community, good or bad. So you just have to know what exactly you want, especially within you. Become that, work through that, so everything that will align. I don't come across people who don't align anymore. And even if I see that, quickly, quickly, you know? So it takes time growing. It takes time being strong willed, but you got it. I still don't got it perfect, but I'm trying. God sees that. He loves effort. He loves protection. He loves when you have that identity and walking bold with that. So that's really all that matters. And yeah. So, anyways, I think that's what I'm just going to talk about in short so that this video is not long. This video is really about, the ladies. There's 11 of them. So, I want to keep this really brief and short. There's a lot that we have on our minds and hearts right now. And I want to see what they have to say, because doing it by yourself is not easy. And not talking about it with anyone, it's kind of like tough too. So, be a part of a community. You can't be in the opposite when you are, over here. So find that community. And that's why I love LTTA, because it's plenty of strong willed women going through different things, and we're linking arm in arm, supporting each other, talking with each other amongst in the chat. I haven't been able to go to Pi Day, but I'm really looking forward to doing that. But I'm a visual learner, and I'm a testimony. Yes! Hey! Hi, everyone. I am here with B, the one and only Braylon. We are here at the LTTA retreat. I'm just excited, but I'm sad at the same time because today is the last day.
Y'all, I am so relaxed. She's all sitting up poised. I'm over here like, I ain't got no bra on. I didn't do my hair. But baby girl said meet in the lobby to do some content, so we meet in the lobby. When I say I'm so tired because I'm so relaxed, it's been the most beautiful experience ever. Like I don't know. I expected it to be amazing, but of course you don't know what that looks like until you actually get here. So yeah,
and I'm glad you got to do the mix of okay, I'm relaxing, but I'm also being intentional. I'm also having fun. So one, thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
And now that like today is the last day, what has this experience been like for you so far?
So good. It was supposed to be like we were going. My mind just always goes big. Like we're gonna have 500 women and but really we wanted to do 50 women and it ended up being 15. And oh my God, thank God. Thank God. It was so intimate for the first time. It was like God handpicked every single woman. There was no attitudes. There was no like, you know, when you travel with people, you're like, I can never travel with her again. And you're like, Lord, not that you're a bad person, not that you're, you know, a horrible woman, but just like some people are just difficult to travel with. It's always something.
And you know? Hear those horror stories like, we went out, we went here, and not even the first day went by, and it's something.
But it was not like that with this group, so I'm just grateful.
One thing that God has done in this season for you is He said, you know what? No, Braylon, because that's the name He's calling you in this season. You don't have to be quiet because the gift I've given you is your personality, is your mouthpiece, right? And He said, okay, I'm going to use this season of your life to speak life into an intimate group of women, especially on this trip here. And not only am I going to do that, but what's going to happen is there's 15 women here. Get ready to speak to 15 million. Because that is what is about to radically happen in the next season of your life. And I am so excited for you. And I am blessed. And I'm sure all the women here are blessed to be in this moment of history before you hit the ground running. Not as B. Simone, because you've decided that, hey, God, I'm going to give this to you.
I receive
as
that
Braylon
in the name of Jesus.
Greenfield.
Yes.
And Braylon Greenfield, you think B. Simone was a force.
Oh,
Braylon, she is about to speak to millions of women across the world and help them become the next best version of themselves. So with that being said, let's try this again. Like, comment, and subscribe down below.
Oh my gosh. Well, see you next week on the Let's Try This Again. We're starting our walking challenge in the app.
Yes.
And the May walking challenge. So we'll be walking every day. And this community is just so dope. Virtually, in person, internationally. It's like, I'm so grateful.
I'm so grateful for your community because it's just like, even the people you have on there, they're all wonderful. Yeah. So it's just like you are attracting greatness, and the community that they have even with each other is helping them. And I even see that. I heard everything from my girl Shelly. She is on top of the app. So moving on to the next question, what's something about this experience that reminded you about yourself?
Outgoing and friendly. A lot of the girls are outgoing and friendly, and that's usually how I am. I'm like a girl's girl. I'll meet whoever, wherever, talk to strangers. So everybody was pretty outgoing. There were a couple shy people, but we got them out their shell.
Yes,
like you, you, Olivia, Alex seemed a little shy. Like getting them out their shell. So about day 2, 3, everybody was out their shell.
Yeah, we've been here for 6 days so far. So is there a specific day that stood out to you the most?
Man, that day was amazing. We got to sit and journal and talk and worship and praise God and pray, and everybody cried and released. And even Stephanie was saying, she was like, I really needed that. Like just to have a safe space to talk about deep things. Like all of us have been through some deep traumatic things. And I think it reminds you that when you look at people, you never know what, I know it's like a cliche saying, like you never know what people are going through, but you really don't. Like you look at these beautiful women, and I'm not just talking about our circle, but just walking down the street, like you don't know this woman has been abused. You don't know this woman has been molested. You don't know this woman was adopted. You don't know this woman was in a domestic relationship. Like you can't look at somebody and tell what they've been through. So to hear everybody's stories, it was just like, wow. You know, none of us are carrying it.
And you can literally see how it was like a show. Everybody looked vibrant, happy, but when it was time to talk, you seen it. I saw it on their face. It was kind of like I was I was just glad that it wasn't hard for anybody to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like they were like, I feel so safe with you guys, like right here. Like, and that's the important part too. You don't want to just open up to anybody. Yeah. You want to open up to people who you know are going to be safe and that they don't have no ill will toward you. Yeah. You don't know what's going on with them in their mind behind facade. So that's the wonderful part. So I'm glad you like that day because I love that day too. After everything we've experienced here, the community, the reflection, the growth, what is your heart and soul saying yes in this season? And I'm asking that question because a song that really got me through it when I kept falling down, when I kept saying yes to God, but then I went back, when I said, I won't do this anymore and it just won't work, it was Yes by Shekinah Glory. That will get me through anything. So yeah, what's your heart and soul saying yes to in this season after today?
I think I'm saying yes to continuing to be brave. I'm so brave.
You are.
I am
you
so
came
brave
here by yourself.
Man. I'm like, I try difficult things. I keep going when I fall down. I'm super resilient. And I'm going to keep saying yes to that. Like, I'm never going to stop.
Yeah.
I'm never going to give up. I'm never going to be stagnant. There might be a season where got to do solitude.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a little quiet. Maybe I'm trying to figure things out, but I'm just gearing up to come back bigger and better. I'm never going to stop. So I'm saying yes to figuring it out with God. And I had I did like, sample t-shirts and everybody's like, where's this shirt at? And I wore in the last podcast episode, it says, let's try this again with Jesus. I'm like, it's not for sale, y'all. It's just something I made on Canva. I literally designed it. But
it's beautiful.
Trying it again with Jesus, saying yes, and getting up over and over and over.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And that's really all he needs. A yes and a will.
A yes and an open heart.
A yes and an open heart. So that is beautiful. Thank you so much, Braylon, for sitting here with me. Thank you for putting this on. As soon as I seen this drop, I'm like, I don't even want to think about winning right now. Deposit.
Okay.
I'm coming. No doubt. So
and I'm had so such grateful a great time. That every woman, like, it was worth every dime.
It was.
It was worth 100%. The community. It was worth the relationships, the networking, the crying, the releasing, most women that came never been out of the country.
Yeah.
So to travel this far for your first time out the country is wild.
Especially moms. My girl Brandy, she said she wasn't even sure she was gonna come. Yeah. She got the baby, so it's like everybody has something that they left to come here. So it was awesome, and I hope if you have not heard about the LTTA community, it is out and it's there.
Join the LTTA app. Join the Sisterhood, the community. You never have to do anything alone. We have workout challenges. We have different challenges every month. We meet virtually. We meet in person if you're in Atlanta. Obviously, we meet internationally in different countries. So just building a sisterhood so you never have to feel like you're going through your journey alone, because you're not. There's so many other women that are on this same path as you. It might not look exactly the same, but I love you. And go to LTTAapp.com/join and you can do a 7-day free trial. Come join us for 7 days and you're gonna fall in love with us. So come sit with us, sis.
Bye, y'all. Hey, y'all, I am here with Kay. And how are you feeling on the last day? How's your experience been in Bali so far?
You know what? It has been bittersweet today. While I do feel like we've had an amazing time and I am ready to, get back to reality, at the same time, this was just so beautiful, such a beautiful experience, and it was so much better than I could have imagined it to be. So it is kind of hard to walk away from that. But I know that when the time is right, I will definitely be back, because Bali low-key feels like a second home, a home away from home. So, yeah.
And what's one mental note you're taking back with you?
You know what? I think there are several mental notes that I'm taking back with me, just in terms of like a lot of the introspection that I've been doing since the beginning of this year. I think I was reminded of a lot of the goals that I set for myself and a lot of the personal development that I've wanted to work towards. Everything that I've done in Bali has kind of reminded me of that and has kind of motivated me to get back on track. And one of the things I will say that resonated with me while we were here is doing the cooking class, where we were just able to be exposed to just the most beautiful foods, and we were able to curate the most beautiful dishes ourselves, and everything that we made was in its purest form. Like, everything was just completely natural, and that reminded me of one of my goals, which is I really want to embrace my cooking girl era, and that's something I've been saying that I want to do since the new year, but I haven't really done it. And so now that I've had that experience with the cooking class, I definitely am gonna bring that back home and step into that for sure. Yeah.
So I guess we can say your expectations has been fulfilled on the trip.
Absolutely, beyond fulfilled. Yes.
Thank you so much, Kay.
Of course. Thank you, Kayla.
Hey y'all. Hey. So if you can describe Bali, the experience in one word, what would it be?
Peaceful.
Peaceful.
I would choose fresh.
Fresh. I love that.
Amazing.
Amazing. Exactly that too.